All right, let's connect it up. I think we should be good. Let's hear the sound. We're good. All right, let's connect today. Move that. December 6th, 2020 coming at you. Going to wait to connect for the live stream. Wait to connect it up a little bit. So obviously, we're going to talk about all the Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, all that stuff. Some news, just going around. Spoiler warning if you're not up to date with all the shows, the movie news, the news stuff that's going around, and if you don't want to know this information, spoiler warning. So we'll have to see. Hopefully we'll connect and we'll be all right. So, we just want to say as we start every live stream, I hope you're safe, hope you're sound, hope you're okay, hope you're doing well because this year is crazy. As you can see, I'm rocking the Santa hat, holiday hat, Christmas hat, whatever you want to call it, because it's December 6th. I'll be rocking one every live stream in the month of December. Started this a couple years ago, and I thought it was pretty cool. Hopefully, it can bring some joy to your day and your life on there because, this year is not the best year. We'll just go with that. So hopefully you guys are doing okay. And you're staying in the know. You're liking the channel. You're part of the community, one of our subscribers. And, we want to give a shout out to our subscribers, our patrons, our members. And The Walking Dead, we're not going to get any more episodes of The Walking Dead, World Beyond, or Fear the Walking Dead this year. We're going to have a holiday special on December 13th, this 2020, and it'll be interesting, I guess, right? I don't know if it's going to be one of those things that it's worth watching. It's on AMC Plus, I believe, so we'll have to see how it goes down. So it's one of those things where what it is, so... so we don't have to really talk about spoilers. So I see Heart of Nixie saying, I can listen to this whole stream without having to cut out the second half due to spoilers. Yes, we won't really have any spoiler information because there's not really much spoiler stuff going around, which is okay. And it's December 6th. The Walking Dead universe does not return with new episodes until February 28th. So that is more than 2 months away. And we should hopefully get maybe a little trailer, a sneak peek clip, one of those table read type of things for an episode in the Christmas holiday special, whatever you want to call it, on December 13th of this month. So we should hopefully get some more information. I found some information out yesterday. I think it's a comicbook.com article talking about Gimple, where he talks about the Rick Grimes movies. They're still planning to do 3 movies. They're still planning to put it in theaters. They're still planning to be awesome. Andrew Lincoln is involved. Robert Kirkman is involved. Everyone's involved. So many people are involved with it. I just don't know when they're going to start filming and when they're going to be at. Sorry, my wife is food shopping right now, and she's probably sending me pictures of something. So let me make sure everything's okay. But I think I just got a little delayed message. Sorry with that. But so ultimately, The Walking Dead is on break until next year. 2021 will hopefully be a big year for The Walking Dead, World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead. And if you have HBO, if you have, again, your cable service or cable subscription, if you have HBO, I would assume you have HBO Max. And if you have HBO Max, 2021 is going to be a big year because even this year, on Christmas Day, December 25th, Wonder Woman 1984 will become available to watch in movie theaters, but also on HBO Max because a lot of movie theaters are closed, but anything's open there. So I have access to HBO Max and I will be able to watch it, and I'm excited to watch Wonder Woman 1984 on Christmas Day, December 25th. And I believe a bunch of other movies are coming out too. Suicide Squad 2, Matrix 4, Dune, and like a bunch of other movies I can't even think of right now. They'll be available there. So there's already some more, and I think their plan is to have a bunch of Marvel movies coming out probably in the theaters, but we'll see what Disney Plus does if they're trying to do that too, because after Warner Brothers kind of put it through, HBO Max, we'll see what happens there. As for the Rick movies, let's just worry about the first movie first, right? Because I don't know what's going to happen with the first movie because they haven't started filming yet. Andrew Lincoln has not been in Georgia. It's just funny, right? It's going to be a bunch of speculation. There's always going to be a bunch of speculation with this show. It reminds me a lot of high school. He said that, she said that, he said that, she said that, he said that this is going to happen, that Andrew Lincoln is going to show up in The World Beyond. He was actually in Georgia filming the first movie, and then he had to go back because of COVID, and he couldn't be this. He was with his family. There's a bunch of people saying a bunch of stuff and a bunch of stuff in the comments and probably all over the internet. And that's what people do. So I'm sure people are going to have all these different things coming up over the break. They always do. They always happen over the summer break, over the mid-season break, and everything there too. So that's for sure. Sorry, I saw a question for Darth Xenon 03. You see any Fear the Walking Dead season 3 characters returning to Fear, like maybe the Proctors or the chick with the pickaxe? I don't know. I mean, I would like to see them come back around because it feels like the Walking Dead universe they were like, let's get another show, right? Let's put Fear the Walking Dead out. Walking Dead is awesome. It changed the game in shows, cable television history, right? So let's have another show. And it just didn't really work. It wasn't the same vibe, wasn't the same show, wasn't the same characters, wasn't the same story, wasn't the same kind of thing at all. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, we got some new characters, we got some new locations, some new spots, some new stuff. And I don't know if the Proctors are ever going to come around. If they were stationed in Texas and we were in Texas, and it makes sense. If they were all over the place, that'd be pretty cool. As for the chick with the pickaxe, I'm blanking on her name. Is it Diane? Or I'm forgetting her name. But she was kind of cool, but she kind of came and went in Season 3. We met the Autos. They came and went in Season 3. And then Season 4 happened. And then we had all this craziness with Morgan's going to join the cast. And how's it going to be with Morgan and Madison? How's it going to be with Alicia? Now we had John and June and, the vultures or whatever they were. And it's just like, what is going on with all this story? It's kind of jumping all over the place. They killed off Nick. Madison got killed off. But then they're like, well, there was a lot of backlash for it, and we didn't see a body, and you never say never, and we don't know, and she may show up again, and you got to keep watching, right? And that's kind of annoying to the fan base. And comic writers and comics do it all the time, where they have a bunch of things where they're like, go check it out, watch the next step, go watch the next issue, go buy the next issue, go buy the next thing, the next. It's always the next. And then we're going to kill off a character, but we have a chance to bring them back. And in the zombie apocalypse, there's not magic and crystals and stones and stuff where you can just bring people back. And it's like, they're selling the show and they want you to watch, but if it never comes back, and someone posted something somewhere I thought was funny, and they're like, Brian's going to be so pissed if Madison comes back. Frankly, at this point, I don't even care. If Madison comes back, great. If she doesn't come back, great. I just want it to be resolved one way or another. Stop stringing us along. Stop messing with us. Stop trolling us. Stop having all this stuff where they're like, okay, well, if you want to find out stuff, she may pop up again. You never know. Well, are you talking about Tales of the Walking Dead? Because if Madison is just going to come back on Tales of the Walking Dead, that's not going to be okay for a lot of people. They want her back on Fear. They want her back as a main character. They want her back to be the one who saved Morgan. I personally don't care about any of that. If they bring her back, great. If they do, great. If it's far-fetched bringing her back, which I feel it is, but they have a lot of far-fetched moments. This is a zombie apocalypse, Fear the Walking Dead show that's all over the place. And, it's fiction, so they can have and do what they say and they do. So it is what it is. But I personally would love for all the shows to connect, reunite, because if The Walking Dead is ending in season 11 in, 2022, 2023, the Carol and Daryl show, Fear the Walking Dead just got picked up for season 7, which I thought was interesting, right? We got some information that Gimple was working on season 7. There were some interviews, and then I posted it, and then a couple days later, they had this trailer with like 7, this 7, that 7. Oh, the season 7 renewed for season 7. Oh, and you're like, okay, cool. It's doing very well. Season 6 is probably it's one of the best. Okay, some people say season 3 was the best. Okay, so out of 6 seasons, you're going to rank season 3. And if you put season 3 number 1 right now, season 6 has to be number 2, right? I mean, it's 1 and 2, season 3 and season 6. So I love the idea, what it's going to be right now for the story to continue. Are they going to stretch it out? Are we going to get 10 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead? Is the 7th season going to be the final season? Is it going to connect with the world beyond? Is it going to connect with The Walking Dead? They have to have some pretty big time jumps on Fear the Walking Dead if it's going to happen, because Fear the Walking Dead is a character, or is a show that has far too many characters. And it's so many years behind The Walking Dead and World Beyond's current storyline. So we have to see what they plan to do. I just hope it makes sense. And I know a lot of people want for it all to connect. We want this character to be the son of that character who was away, to come back for that. That person never died, and they were with that community at the Commonwealth, and then the person that they're going to find is connected with that person, connected with Rick, connected with CRM, who opposed the Commonwealth and Civic Republic as two people going against the Commonwealth. So we'll have to see what they plan to do, and I really hope they have a good idea. Angela Kang and the writers and Gimple and Kirkman, I just hope they have a good idea of how to end it in a good way, in a satisfying way more than anything, because you're not going to make everybody happy. A lot of people didn't like the season 10 finale, which wasn't the finale, season 10, episode 16, which is supposed to be the finale, which is not going to be the finale. A lot of people didn't like that. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people love every episode. A lot of people hate every episode. A lot of people love every character. You can't make everybody happy. At the end of the day, you have to just do what you do and write the way you have it. But you have to have this certain continuity of things. When stuff is all over the place, when they don't have the same rules, where the walkers are super slow on the world beyond, and they're not really a threat at all. Did you ever feel like watching the world beyond that those kids were in danger, that they were going to get bit? And it's just, people are trying to sell clickbait and trickbait and have this, and there's been all these different things trying to get you to click on their videos, and that's never going to stop. And they're going to have you be like, well, somebody got bit already, and Rick is connected this way, and Rick's going to show up here, and Rick was at this community. I'm going to confirm it. I'm going to do that. And you're like, just stop spreading crap that's not true. Like, it's just not. And it's just interesting because people want to see information about Rick. We all want to see that, right? And that's what's going to sell people to click on videos. And that's, if you have information, great. But the latest thing right now that I'll probably post in a video this week. So I have a video about the World Beyond trailer for season 2 where they talk about the Civic Republic. So I have that already made that I have to post. I may post that today or tomorrow. And I have another video that it's about the helicopters and Negan and Father Gabriel. We still want to talk about that. So I already had those 2 videos made. I'll talk about the latest news about the Rick movie and movies. And after that, it's going to be tough to find out information to really post. I might do another trailer breakdown of Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, the season 10, 6 extra episodes. But other than that, it's going to be slim pickings with that much information. Maybe the Walking Dead holiday special. That'll give us something in a week. So that's next week. So next week is the 13th. That's when it airs on AMC Plus. I don't have AMC Plus, so I'm not going to watch it there. Maybe I catch it on the replay if it's on AMC or some way like that. But it's going to be kind of tough for the next 2.5 months to have some stuff that's going to be worth talking about The Walking Dead. We still have a plan to post daily videos, and if I miss a day or I don't have that, it's okay. It's not a big deal. I posted videos all day or all year so far, once a day, if not multiple videos a day. 2, sometimes 3 videos, sometimes 4 videos a day. So I think I'm ahead of schedule based on all the days left of the year that I actually posted more than 365 videos this year. So we'll see. We'll see where we go. I may post some separate videos, what's going on with my wife and everything, and my life and just craziness like that. Getting to know PT, some stuff there. I was at Sam's Club and going out and holiday shopping and getting some stuff. So hopefully you got some good deals for Black Friday or Cyber Monday or anything like that. Actually, some more gifts are coming in. I've actually got a gift. Since I have Amazon, my wife and we got some different Prime stuff, and it's a lot of, the products are coming in. And one of our gifts, or my gifts, my wife bought me, came in today. So it's way ahead of Christmas. It's the 19 days away, but it's coming in early, and hopefully you're getting your holiday shopping sooner rather than later. But the one thing I am hearing about the 6 extra episodes is, I believe Angela Kang said it, that the Negan backstory episode is one of the best episodes of the series, is what they're saying. And that's pretty sad. If it's a Negan backstory is one of your best episodes, we're talking about over 100 and some episodes. I mean, it's season 10, episode 22, I believe, is what the Negan backstory is. And don't get me wrong, the Negan backstory should be awesome. Negan's a big character, and Lucille and everything there too. But you're telling me it's going to be better than some of the other stuff where you had all these episodes to deal with, and Negan is going to steal the show a little bit? Maybe, but we'll have to see how it goes down. But they say that every season. Remember what Norman Reedus said about season 10, episode 16? There's this big, awesome, epic Game of Thrones style battle that's going to be like, whoa, it's awesome. And I was like, what are you talking about after watching it? You can sell it, oversell it, hype it up. But if it doesn't, hold water to what you said, I'm just not where it's at too. So Ed Morris, thank you for the super chat. He wrote, please tell me why anyone cares about Heath other than loose end. That's it, brother, right there. Loose ends. You know what they say about loose ends. They make my, finish the quote right there. But people hate loose ends, plot holes, stuff that doesn't make sense. People want Virgil to have been Dwayne. They wanted Heath to be Dwayne. They wanted Virgil. They want Virgil to be the Civic Republic spy. They want all these different things. They want Madison to come back because we never saw a body. But when Madison was on the show, a lot of people are going to say, I always loved Madison. I always loved this, right? So if 1 million people watch the show, right? 2 million, 3 million, let's go with simple math. 1 million people watch the show, right? How many of those people actually like Madison? Maybe there's 10, 100, 50,000, 500,000. Who knows, right? But not everybody liked the character. But a lot of people are going to stick up for the character now online because of she went away. She didn't get a justifiable end. We don't know. They left it open-ended, even though it wasn't open-ended. We never saw a body. She never got bit. She never got buried. We never saw a body. Never say never, The same thing with Morales, right? So Morales went away in season 1. Small character. At best, a B-level, second-tier character. But Morales went away. Was he alive? Every season, it was Morales. Morales did it. Is Morales coming back? Where's Morales? What happened to Morales? Is Morales ever going to come back? What happened with Morales? They brought him back in season 8 to be a savior that hated Rick, pointing his gun at Rick, became a savior. Made no sense. He was going to like Alabama or something. How did he make his way from Alabama all the way up to D.C. area, Virginia? By himself. Are the saviors all over the place? What made you think to go to D.C.? Did you go to Georgia looking for everybody again? It just didn't really make sense. But they brought him in. They brought him back. So now we have an ending. Morales didn't matter. Morales was killed off. And that's it. Right? You can't talk about Morales anymore. Even though have you seen him in the ranch dip? I forget what is it? The Hidden Valley Ranch commercial. It's like a family in the kitchen, and there's like a wife making some from some chips and salsa or something, and an entree or appetizer kind of thing. I don't know if they're having a party or whatever, and the son's in there, and and he takes a chip and dips it in the Hidden Valley Ranch, and then he puts it in his mouth. Like, oh, I know. Talks about his anniversary. He's like, yeah, is it our anniversary? He's like, our anniversary is in May. He's like, oh, I know. And then he takes a big bite of the Hidden Valley Ranch, and that's the commercial. And yeah, that is Morales. Well, the actor who played Morales. And if you haven't seen the movie The Mist, Dale, Carol, Andrea, Morales, the Tank Walker, and Thomas Jane, who was originally cast or supposed to be cast as Rick Grimes, are all in that movie. And it's directed by Frank Darabont. So pretty cool stuff. Ed Morris says, can't wait for Alicia to find her walker body. Yeah, I mean, I just want it to be settled, right? So I love the way that the showrunners, I mean, that's sarcastic, but it's just kind of frustrating when the showrunners are like, yep, Madison's gone. That was her last thing. She sacrificed herself. I watched the final scene. You can go watch it on YouTube, where she gets the shovel, she jams it into the wall at the stadium, blocks the fence from closing. Walkers are behind the fence coming towards her. Walkers are coming towards her in the field. I guess she's in the outfield of the baseball field. She grabs a flare. She lights it. She throws it. It goes in there, ignites. The thing is there, and then we don't see anything happen. And it's all done with interviewing Luciana, Strand, and Alicia. And you see them driving away from the stadium, and that's it. So it's open-ended, but she's in memoriam. And I love the people that are like, this guy thinks that Talking Dead on a talk show outranks stuff on the show. Well, Talking Dead is connected with The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead or World Beyond the Walking Dead universe. The show doesn't exist without The Walking Dead. I'm sure they work connected with The Walking Dead. In memoriam, when characters go away, they're killed, they're not, they're what they are. They have, Walker in memoriams, character in memoriams, and they're gone. But I can't even say the adjective, but Fear the Walking Dead is all over the place, right? Go watch it. Like, I'm probably never going to go back and watch the first episodes of Fear the Walking Dead because it was frustrating, right? I remember being so excited for Fear the Walking Dead. We're like, yes, Walking Dead, we got another show. Fear the Walking Dead, right? How come you didn't just copy what worked on The Walking Dead, right? People would have watched, and they still would have watched, right? You don't have to have a man character lead. You could have a female character lead, but a different show, different things. And I'm not here to bash the show at all. It's much better now. I appreciate the show where it's been, where it's come from. We have some new characters, but season 1 to season 6 is drastically different. Characters are gone. So yeah, and I just don't want to say, I try to keep it PG on the channel, but, like I said before, I've said it before, I'm a guy who was raised in New Jersey, so we drop some F-bombs, we curse them all over the place, but on YouTube, you never know who's watching, so I try to keep it, family show-esque on here, too. So, let me see, Romboy reviews. What would you do if one of your videos made it to trending? I don't know, probably nothing. I'm just going to keep making videos for myself and for the fans, the subscribers, the community, the people that support stuff, right? I don't know. I don't know what people think of the channel outside of the community, the people that support the channel, for the people that are here, the 68 viewers that are in here now. And that's what I do it for, Frankly, I think we should have already hit 100,000 subscribers, but for some reason we haven't. Maybe it's because I don't let people attack me, attack others, harass people, curse at people in here. So, but that's part of it. And that's the way I want to run things and the way I want to do things. But I still have the goal of 100,000 subscribers. So I think it's good to have goals, but I'm not going to stress over it. I'm not going to worry about it. I got enough going on in my life with, 2020. So Jennifer says, it's my birthday. LOL, I'm old. Well, happy birthday, Jen. You don't have to say how old you are, but we're all definitely older for sure. My birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, so I'll be older. And my friend Sean's birthday is tomorrow, so I got to give him probably a text. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Maybe give him a call. But I don't want to turn things into a sour note and be Debbie Downer here. But I just want to say, too, is that I appreciate you guys, everyone, and girls, everyone. I just say guys is a general statement, but everybody in here, men, women, boys, girls, everybody here, I'm appreciative of it. So Jennifer says, I'm 35. So happy birthday. Happy 35th birthday. That's awesome. I'm a little bit older than you, Jen, but, I'm going to be still in the 30s in a couple weeks. But I'm appreciative. I'm truly appreciative and thankful for everything that I do have in my life, whether it's my wife, my cats, my house, my dad, my mom, my friends, my family, everything that I do have. And I recently had a friend that I grew up with. way back when, from elementary school, middle school, and high school. He died right before Thanksgiving, and he's in New Jersey, and he was buried in New Jersey a couple of days ago. And it really bothered me and really hit me. I've had friends die in high school, outside of high school, when I was in college, and, outside, and recently a couple of years ago. And all of a sudden, like, I just felt like, wow, I don't know how he died, why he died, if it was COVID related or not, or what it was. There's just not many details. But it just made me appreciate what I do have, and life could be gone in an instant. And, we talk about a zombie apocalypse show and a fictional show, but I definitely like the idea of just being thankful and being appreciative for what you do have. And it's easy to be like, man, I wish I had this. I wish I had more money in the bank, more, possessions, a bigger house, whatever it was. You can always wish you had more. But that's really not a good way to live, because it's a good way to just be appreciative of what you are, and you'll never, well, I guess you still can, but you'll rarely be disappointed and just see things in a negative light. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I know people that fall into money. They get money in, whatever it is, and they complain about paying taxes, and they complain about things that were given to them and everything there too, right? But I'd be happy with 1/10 of what they got, just because it's extra money. It's money at show, right? Let's say you watch like Price is Right, and you go up on there and you're like, man, you can walk away with $12,000, or you could risk it all. And I'd be like, I'm taking $12,000 because that's more than I came with. I'm taking the money and I'm running, right? I'm out. Thank you very much. See ya, right? And that's where I'm going with it, because it's extra money, it's extra stuff coming in, and it's just great to when you think about it too. So perception is reality. To being where you're at is sorry, the bit rate is all over the place through YouTube, and it's not me, because the upload speed is 1200, 1400, 1200 there too. So there's something's up with YouTube, and I don't know. But ultimately, guys, I just want to say, if you can, we're always going to be, bad stuff's going to roll, stuff's going to happen, and it does. It's where it's at, right? And it's easy to say, hard to do. And it's, over my 30 some years of existence, I've learned to see things in a positive light. And, imagine if you lived in a zombie apocalypse, right? And I know some people somewhere are like, what's going to happen if we got the zombie, because the vaccine is, that's the latest thing with COVID-19, or the vaccines, the couple companies that have vaccines. And I know somebody somewhere, not me, because I don't think it's going to turn us into zombies. I think it's going to, because the injection is actually a response that's going to make you think you have COVID. So it's going to produce antibodies, I believe, if I have that correct about the injection for the vaccine. But somebody somewhere is going to be like, I think if you take the injection, it's going to turn you into a zombie, right? And it's funny, because I don't want that. The zombie apocalypse would be terrible, right? Like, it would be terrible because of, you would have to worry about security, safety. You wouldn't be able to just go get your convenience stuff, going to the store, going to that, most likely, right? I just would think it would be terrible, especially if you lost power, if you didn't have electricity, internet. It just wouldn't. It looks better on television sometimes, but if it was, the early days of The Walking Dead, it kind of captured it pretty good, I would think, right? But I think that the idea would be that if you went to, it says, well, the vaccine, remember when The Walking Dead was early on, probably like seasons 1 through 4, where they would like find stuff, or they would go through places and they would go to a store and they'd be like, oh yes, jackpot. Like when they went to the big spot, that was pretty awesome, where you would go to a store and you could just take everything. Let's load up the shopping carts, load up the truck, and go back and do it again and take everything back. Take everything out of the store and take it back. But the helicopter fell through the top of the roof and then all this stuff. And that, to me, would be great for a zombie apocalypse, where you can go around and get everything you need. But then you got to worry about other people and lawlessness and just bad people. Because the big question is, are people the enemy, or the biggest, or the walkers or the zombies, right? Is it that going to be one of the big things with, I think it's a little bit of both, but fear the, or it's like, what is it? Fight the dead, fear the living, or something. Fear the dead, fight the living, or vice versa is what they say on the logo. It's probably the other way around. It's probably, but that's a good question, because that's the big question I would have for you guys too. Because I finished writing my second book of in 100 days. So in 100 days, yeah, it's fight the dead, fear the living. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Rambo, I said it backwards. But I just finished my first chapter of my edit of my second book for in 100 days. So in 100 days, part 2, and I wrote all 18 chapters. I'm in the first chapter now. I edited that. I started the second chapter. My wife has done chapters 1 through 5. And I love thinking about the zombie apocalypse in that and then going through the progressions. But I think a good zombie apocalypse story has to have like a mall involved, safety, security, shelter, people, finding good things, losing people, tragedies, just so many things should be coming up. And it's like, if you ever watch like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, all this stuff like that, I think a lot of those things hit it out of the park pretty well. And a movie that I do not recommend, I'm not sure if I said that last live stream or not, but the movie is The Dead Don't Die with Bill Murray, Adam Driver, and a bunch of other people in it. And it's just not a good movie at all. It's about zombies. It's about that. I don't know if it's supposed to be funny or cheesy or whatever, or campy and everything, but it's terrible. I remember watching the trailer for it. I was like, wow, that looks funny. That looks cool. That looks awesome. But it was terrible, right? It was not good at all. So if you want to see a bad movie, check out The Dead Don't Die. But it's just not good. But there's a movie coming out, I believe, next year. I forget what it's called, but it's by Zack Snyder, and it's got Garrett Dillahunt, Dave Bautista, and a bunch of other people. And it's, Danielle, you like that movie? You like The Dead Don't Die? Tell me why you like that movie. Tell me why you like that movie, Danielle. I mean, I guess to each their own, but I was expecting a different movie. But the movie that I'm talking about directed by Zack Snyder, it's a zombie apocalypse movie. It's got Garrett Dillahunt and Dave Bautista in it and a bunch of other people. And I think their goal is, it's in Las Vegas, and they're supposed to go rob a casino in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, I think is the whole premise of it. And it sounds really good. I haven't seen a trailer of it yet, but I believe it's coming to Netflix next year. And I'm excited for that movie too, so we'll have to see how it goes down. But hopefully you saw I talked about it early on. Maybe you didn't see it, but or you weren't here. But if you had, yes, exactly, Rob K. Army of the Dead. Thank you, Rob K. But I'm excited for that movie. I'm excited for that too. And I've watched all the Resident Evil movies, played the Resident Evil video games. And there's something about the zombie apocalypse, about surviving, about just being in a world where you don't have to worry about money, just back to the primal state of living where you're worrying about survival, taking care of yourself, your loved ones, it's just something about it, right? And I think that's where we have to really get to the mark in, story writing, shows, movies, whatever they are. And it's a simple premise. People want to survive. They will survive at any cost. And if there are people coming in their way, they have to be dealt with, right? But doing that's kind of tough. It's one of those things too. And sorry, Grape Tomato Girl. I saw her thing about who feels like they're releasing movies during the pandemic that would have never seen the light of day, or the pandemic have never happened. So speaking about the pandemic type of movies, show, I'm kind of mad that if you've ever saw it on Amazon, there's a show called Utopia. And Rainn Wilson, the guy, I'm blanking on his name, but Rainn Wilson's in it, and the guy, the 80s, maybe, I'm blanking on his name at all. But it's a good show, but it got canceled. after one season. And the way they left it was like, man, they set up a season 2. And I'm like, man, I wish they watched that on Utopia. But we're not getting a season 2. They canceled it too. So that was annoying. And it's about a pandemic kind of situation. So I believe that is why they canceled it, because of what's going on in the world. But it was a good show. It was a good show. Like Grape Tomato Girl, did you like it? Did you like Utopia? I liked it. I thought it was good, right? So Penny says, I gotta have a great day. Gotta go. Thank you for coming by, Penny, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody for coming by too. Seeing a lot of people liked Utopia. I liked it as well. But right now I'm watching. We're finishing up the show. It's going to sound like I'm cursing, but the show is called Schitt's Creek. It's on Netflix, and it was on Pop, and it's my wife and I are on the last season 6, and I love Eugene Levy and his son Daniel Levy and his daughter Sarah Levy are all in that show. And it's a great show. It's funny. It's like 21 minutes long each episode. And I'm a big fan of that show if you like Eugene Levy and kind of comedy like that too. And the mom from Home Alone, I think her name's Sarah Connor. I forget. And she's in it and she's hilarious. And the show is great. And we're watching that. We're watching the holiday episodes of The Office because The Office is going away on Netflix at the end of this month. Also, it's funny how if you've ever watched, like, it's funny when shows and movies come on Netflix and like, whoa, Cobra Kai is great. I love this show. Well, it was great on YouTube, but now it's on Netflix, so people are watching it. There's a movie that's got the same thing. It's called Peppermint. It was on Showtime, I believe. My wife and I watched it. It stars Jennifer Garner, and Kaylee Fleming, who plays Judith on The Walking Dead, is in it. And it's on Netflix now. So people are watching it. And they're like, Kaylee, Judith's in this movie called Peppermint. And it's funny. Catherine O'Hara, thank you. I wanted to call her Sarah Connor. Catherine O'Hara is the whole reason I watch Schitt's Creek. And she's great. She's great. I'm a big fan of Eugene Levy from all of his movies, but definitely from the American Pie movies. And his son, Daniel Levy, is great too. So, Jane asks, was Reality Z worth watching? Not really. I guess so. It's okay. It's far-fetched. It's like really far-fetched and kind of terrible with the zombie tropes. It's laughable. Interesting too. So, DG says, watched Peppermint last night. I thought it was okay. I thought Peppermint was okay. But I like Jennifer Garner, so it was okay too. But zombie apocalypse stuff is great, and I think there needs to be more of that. I know they're trying to reboot the Walking Dead. They're trying to reboot the Resident Evil movies, so we'll see how that comes down. I just would love for them to do more of the video game aspect to the show or movies. That would be great. But I wonder what's going to happen with The Walking Dead down the road, too. So The Walking Dead is ending in season 11. But that's not having another, it's not going away anytime soon. A lot of people are asking, when are they going to start filming The Walking Dead again? My best guess is April or May. So if they start filming there, they'll probably film again April or May, all the way to November if everything goes well with the pandemic and COVID and they have their protocols, and they just filmed 6 episodes, so we'll have to see how they can get stuff done for season 11, which is going to be 24 episodes. We're not sure if that's going to be 8 and 8, if it's going to be 3 parts of 8 or 2 parts of 12. We just don't know yet. I would personally love it if it's 3 parts of 8, because I think 8 episodes and then a break, 8 episodes and then a break, and then 8 episodes is a good way of doing it. We'll have to see what the plan is for The World Beyond. I think the plan is still to have it be the second season is the final season, because if you watch The World Beyond, and hopefully everybody in here does, I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was interesting. I like the idea of it connecting with the Rick movies. And it goes right into the Rick movies with one of the communities, whether it's Dr. Bennett, Hope, Iris, whoever survives, Where's Rick? Where has Rick been? I believe Gimple did confirm that he is not at the facility in Ithaca. I believe Rick Grimes, at least at some point, was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is not Ithaca, New York. So they're close, but not there too. So, and my guy Ed, thank you for the super chat and super chats. Our town of Galesburg, Illinois, I guess, was on the burned truck. Rick walks by, episode 1, season 1. Couldn't believe it. So, what do you mean that it was on the truck? So it's the overturned truck, the tractor trailer. That is that the opening? You mean when he comes up in the police cruiser and then over there? So is that like the license plate, or what's Galesburg, Illinois? Is that like? Is there a sign or something? I'll have to look for it. You have to let me know what it is at, but so I'll have to, see what we're at too. So Ron Boy Reviews says, what's your favorite zombie video game? Man, probably Resident Evil 2 probably is my favorite one. There's a lot of them on there too. Like I like Dead Rising too. That was a fun one, but probably the opening. So Ed says the opening, the trucking co in my town. So it's on the truck that's overturned. I remember it too because what's interesting about that truck is I'm pretty sure there's like no engine to it because it's like overturned. Like how they did it, it's like it just looks off too. So R. Perez says Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. I've never played Left 4 Dead. I believe that's just on Xbox. I have not played it on there, so I can't play that as well. RPRS 34 says, hey there, Bri. I wish World Beyond focused on CRM and not the kids. I get your point. Definitely is one of those things where I wish they showed more of CRM. I wish the show was just a little bit different. I could see what they were doing. Last of Us 1 is great. I take that back. Last of Us 1 is probably my favorite game too, like Mark said. Last of Us 1 and Resident Evil 2 are pretty tough to beat in my best zombie games. But I forgot about Last of Us, but that's definitely up there. But I'm glad that we got Civic Republic stuff, CRM stuff on a show. I'm glad that we actually got more information. So what do we really learn about the Civic Republic, right? We learned that they got helicopters all over the place. So, we got the idea of the Civic Republic is really all over the United States. It's in Portland. It's in Texas. It's in New York. It's in Nebraska. It's all over the place. It's the hidden community, the hidden city, the hidden area. And I would assume they're in Pennsylvania. I would assume they're all over the place. They have trucks. They have helicopters. They got Jeeps. They got everything to get around. I just don't know why they killed off all those people from the campus colony, right? Because Iris publicly said she doesn't trust them. Well, you're going to tell me that you killed all these people, 10,000 people, because a teenager said, well, I don't trust you. That's just not going to work. Okay, so we're going to kill all your people, right? You're going to tell me they didn't have great minds like the teacher that was teaching them, Elton's class, and the other people that were part of the security, and the people that they could make stuff, and they had laborers and skills and trades and, plumbers and carpenters, whoever they had 10,000 people. So you're going to wipe out these people because a teenager was acting out and said, I don't trust you. So you're telling me you couldn't take over the Civic Republic, thought it was a good idea for them just to wipe all these people out, right? So we got it. Okay, the Civic Republic is terrible. You oppose them, they'll take you out. They're hidden, you expose them, they'll take you out. You find out information, they'll take you out. For any reason, they're just looking to take you out, right? If they have over 200,000 people, that's, I guess, enough. Enough mouths to feed. Enough people. Enough trades. Enough stuff, right? So I guess we're supposed to believe that they don't believe in They were part of their community. They're people too. It's not like they just went over to another group and wiped them out. I guess I could buy into that more than if they were with the campus colony. They didn't even have guns. They had S-poles. You come in rolling in with automatic weapons, with bayonets, gear, tactical stuff. You know, they have all this stuff, right? But either way, we found out that Huck was the spy. Huck is Elizabeth Kublek's daughter, not Isabel, which if they wanted to connect stuff a little bit better, if they wanted to connect fear. So is the only thing we're going to see with Fear the Walking Dead and the Civic Republic Isabel? Like, is that really all we're going to see? I don't really think that's enough. And hopefully The Walking Dead has a little more Civic Republic stuff to it as well, right? Because we got Jadis, the helicopter, and that's it. That's all we got. They took Rick away. Jadis went with them. And we saw some, cans with their logo on it and some of their goods. Which, why are you putting that on a can? Who cares? Like, why would you put the 3-ring logo on a can of apple juice or applesauce? Like, what's that? I don't know. I guess, and also, like, why do you put the big logo on a black helicopter, a big white logo, if you're trying to hide? I doubt there's that many people who have helicopters. But it's a Civic Republic. They're trying to hide. They're trying to stay away from people, which is probably the best way to do it. They can make Cipro. They can make alcohol. They have fuel caches in a lot of different states. They got trucks. They got helicopters. They got a lot of stuff, right? So if they're like the end-all, be-all Civic Republic governing body that's going to take over things, kind of like the superpower, what's the Commonwealth? The Commonwealth has got to oppose them, right? If the Commonwealth has 50,000 people and the Civic Republic has 200,000 people, but I don't know if everybody buys into the Civic Republic, right? The Civic Republic is just for the show. That's not in the comic. So we saw some, resistance to the Civic Republic way, at least the Civic Republic military way. We saw that the Civic Republic has a great military with weapons and everything, but Barca didn't like that. Didn't like what they did at the Civic Republic or at the campus colony, and I don't blame them, right? Sorry, Sheila. She says, "Bri, do you think Jadis will appear?" I hope so. I would like for Jadis to appear on The World Beyond. I hope she connects The World Beyond and The Walking Dead a little bit more too. Like, does she have status? Is she a prisoner? Is she a bee? Like I don't know what she's going to be involved with for the movies. Is she going to be able to get away? I would love to have it, be in the connecting point who connects Rick with the show and to have people go find Rick or go after Rick, right? FPT says 420. Is that a shot at me there? That's FPT 420. But why do you need the logo on bullets? I don't know, right? That's a great question. What's their currency? Because you'll see my trailer breakdown of the stuff on there and they have the bullets there with the logo. What's their currency? Like, American money right now is useless in the zombie apocalypse, especially 10 years into it. Did they go around and rob banks and have all this money? Somebody probably would, right? I mean, somebody would take over stuff. Because when the world turns around, I'm going to have $460 billion in my place. I'm going to be the richest man in the world when the zombie apocalypse is over. Somebody's probably thinking like that. But what would be more important in a zombie apocalypse? A $100 bill? A bullet? Bottled water? Medicine? A loaf of bread? I mean, what is like the best thing? Toothpaste? Heart of Nixie says sandwiches are the currency. So she's like, I got a turkey on rye bread here. That's worth some stuff. What do you got to barter for this? It's like that commercial that they have like the auction for like the bowl of dip or whatever. So they're like, give me 50, give me 60, give me 100 for the bowl of chili dip over here. And you're like, what? So, what you got here? Stella Clark says, Lieutenant Colonel is Huck's mom. Yes. Lieutenant Colonel Elizabeth Kublik is Huck's mom. We don't know who the dad is. Who do you think the dad would be? If it's a Walking Dead character, right? Who could be Huck's dad? Is it somebody alive, dead? You know? Diana says, Michonne would say toothpaste. Yeah, no, I think so. You know, toothpaste, you know, stuff like that would matter more than anything. Bullets, clean water. Yeah. Water and food, toothpaste. That's pretty. Grilled cheese is the highest currency. Or would it be like a cow, a goat, chickens, eggs, you know? If another true doctor appears on the show, then they should protect him at all costs. That's for sure. They're killing off doctors in The Walking Dead. That's one of the things in The Walking Dead. Like, there's certain things that come up in The Walking Dead universe. You do not want to be a doctor in The Walking Dead. Yeah, so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So we'll see. I'm gonna end that with my poll question will be, who do you think is Huck's dad or could be Huck's dad? If we'll find out, if they'll answer it. You know, it'll be a game that's fun because we don't know. So if Huck's dad is somebody that was on The Walking Dead or is on The Walking Dead, who could be Huck's dad? Because Huck's dad left. And I don't know who would be like connected with Elizabeth Kublik. She's got a British accent. So was she from, you know, England and then she came over here? Is the Civic Republic, you know, is the council part of different, you know, countries? I don't know. There's no way to tell, but, you know, I don't know if we'll ever find out. Like, what is there that would be great if we saw a picture of young Huck, Elizabeth Kublik, and Elizabeth's husband, Huck's dad. And it was like the governor. What if it was the governor, right? That would be so crazy. You're like, is that the governor? You're like, what? He's got both eyes? You're like, before his second wife? I mean, you know? Or it was like Abraham or something. You know? Like, who? That would be kind of crazy. Like, that would be kind of a cool way to connect things. It would be like a soap opera feel, but The Walking Dead has a soap opera feel with stuff too. So, you know, I don't know. It's just one to see what they're going to do. Also, The World Beyond season 2 is expected to be Beta. That would be crazy. Ron Boy Review says Beta is her dad. Now that would be crazy if it was Beta. What? But he left. And what if Beta was like, man, I wish I had my watch right now, but I gave it away. That would be crazy. But The Walking Dead World Beyond, I think the plan is still to Dale is her dad. That's pretty funny, Keith. But Gregory, Gregory, that would be terrible. That would be the worst if Gregory was her dad. Oh, man. You are not the father. You aren't the father. You are the father. It's Shane. It was Shane. Ah! But The Walking Dead World Beyond season 2 is supposed to come out in 2021. I believe it's supposed to be the final season. Season 2 is going to be the final season, 10 episodes. And I think that's still supposed to be, Michael says, Huck's dad is Daniel from Fear. That would be crazy. What if it was Daniel? Man, Travis. Man, that would be crazy. Negan. Man. There's some great stories, you know? Like, we could come up with different theories. I think I'm going to have that, too. I think I have to make the Huck dad theory and discussion video. All right? Should I put, like, Huck's dad confirmed? The Walking Dead World Beyond, Huck's dad confirmed. But it's not? No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. If I did, it would be a joke. You know, I'm about being legit and real and having, you know, confirmed information. If I put confirmed information on, or it says confirmed, it's, confirmed because it's information that's valid and it's true for it too. So, but we'll see, guys. So I got to go for 5 more minutes. Let me know any questions. I'll answer them there too. You guys are awesome as usual, And I said it before and I'll say it again. I love, supporting people, having support, part of the community, being involved, being there to help people out on there too, Eduardo Sanin. Hey, Bri. Hey, Eduardo. Thank you for stopping by, even though we're only going for a couple more minutes too. So, but we'll have to see what happens with, the world beyond, Dr. Bennett, Dr. Belshaw, T-Dog, Dwayne Jones, T-Dog. I hope T-Dog, I hope he's actually we hope we get to see some good characters come back for the Walking Dead holiday special. Hopefully you saw my video about it, that Emily Kinney, who played Beth on the show, is going to sing. They'll have prior cast members on there as well. There should be a different reading of something, I don't know. But they'll have a bunch of different cast members too. So Claimer Joe, that'd be cool to see that too. Claimer Joe, I believe, was the voice of Silas's dad or Silas's grandfather when they were talking. I think it was Claimer Joe, and then Terminus Mary was the voice of Silas's grandmother. I think were the voices. Somebody said, I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens with the Christmas or the holiday. I keep calling it Christmas special, but the holiday special for it there too. And I hope it's interesting. I hope we get a clip. I hope it's worth watching and we get some information. And I hope we get another trailer for the 6 extra episodes. Grape Tomato asks, Bri, have you watched the original Utopia? I'm only on episode 1. No, I have not watched the original Utopia. Is that a British show, I believe? I've never seen it. I've seen with Cusack and Rainn Wilson, John Cusack. And I liked it. I thought it was interesting. It was a different kind of show. We'll just go with that too. So it's Merle. Oh man. See, I love the options that people are bringing up too. Like, what if it was Merle Dixon was Elizabeth Kublek's husband, right? I mean, that would be crazy. Hopefully you guys are watching The Mandalorian. I don't want to say anything here because spoilers, but The Mandalorian is still great. I think we got 2 more episodes of the 2nd season and then it'll be done. But they're 8 episodes each if you have Disney Plus and you haven't seen The Mandalorian. Season 1 is very good. Season 2 is very good. They're great shows. And I have to say it might be one of the best things to come out of Star Wars since the original trilogy. I liked Rogue One. I liked Mandalorian so far. Pretty good stuff too. Doreen, hello Doreen. Negan one says, Bri, watch Alone movie, Amazon, pretty good. So Alone, I'll have to check it out. Alone. Negan one, what's Alone about? Is it a dystopian universe on there? Give me a little more backstory, but I'll have to check it out too, for sure. Oh God, the Star Wars Christmas special. Yeah. Yeah, some shows are just terrible. Like, what were you thinking? What were they doing, right? Too. So hopefully you guys are you're safe and sound and you're doing all right and you're doing good stuff, making it through this year. You're not too stressed out with the holidays. Just, crazy for it. If you haven't checked out my book series, hopefully you can and will help support the channel. You don't have to by any means, but the proceeds from the book series, they're available. And there's a link in every video that we post. It's Fight For Us on Amazon. There's, I don't even know, 12 books now, 13 books. And I have one book for In 100 Days. In 100 Days, Part 2 be coming out next year. I'm hoping February is the goal. That should be out. So probably right around, if not before, The Walking Dead returns on February 28th, 2020. But yeah, we'll be all right. And, you know, I'm hoping you guys are okay. And Negan 1 says ZA, the ZA, zombie apocalypse. So I'll have to check it out. So Negan 1 said Alone, I watch Alone, the movie on Amazon. Pretty good. So I forget what it was. Is that what's the one? Is Alone the one movie? It's like Korean. It's Korean dubbed. It's English dubbed. It's Korean. It's about the guy in the apartment. Is that movie? Because if it is, I feel like it is. I saw it. I saw a movie that I forget what it's called now, but it was pretty good. And he meets the girl across the complex, and there's the whole movie about that. But if that's the movie it is, that was pretty good too. I have not seen Train to Busan 2, The Peninsula, but Train to Busan. I want to say Train to Busan because it just sounds better. Train to Busan, not Train to Busan. Train to Busan, even though Busan's probably the city. But Train to Busan is a pretty good movie. That is, subtitles, but it's it's good. It's watchable for sure too. If not, you're missing some laughs too. So, but that's good, Ed. I mean, I'm doing it for you guys to have a good time. An escape from the world, the craziness on there too. So, hopefully, you guys are being safe and sound and secure. Last comment here. Jen says, "Hey, Bri, check out the movie Rust Creek. Isn't anything apocalyptic, but it's good." Where can you watch that, Jen? Rust Creek is it on Amazon, or where can you see that? Let me know in the comments. I'll try to remember. I got to write these down. I need a pad to write down all this stuff too. And I highly recommend that too. If you don't, I have a bunch of different marble composition notebooks that I write stuff from my zombie apocalypse book series. I write it down all the time. So if I forget something, I just go back to the book and I'm like, oh, this will be good, or drones or whatever. I'm being good stuff there too. So thank you guys. Be safe and sound. I'll be back next Friday, which will be December 13th. That is the day of the holiday special on AMC Plus. Hopefully you enjoy the hat. I'll be back with the hat next week. But thank you guys. I truly appreciate it. It means the world to me. Be safe and sound out there and be secure. Don't get too stressed out about the holidays. I know that's much easier said than done. But remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about blocking out the haters, staying positive, staying true to yourself. Try to have fun. Try to do stuff. I know the old adage is, if you like what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's somewhat true. You still got to work. You got to work hard, but you'll enjoy what you're doing. So it won't be stressful on there too. But remember, guys, you can do things in life. You truly can. It requires hard work, though, and sacrifice, but you can achieve it. Remember, guys, I'll be back next Sunday, December 13th. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later. See you.